On Monday, the Corporate Affairs Commission (CAC) made a directive or gave a directive that all point of sales, that is POS operators in Nigeria, or those that work with fintechs like OPay, PamPay, MoneyPoint, and the rest, that they should be registered as a business on CAC. And CAC now gets on some of the requirements of CBN or directive of CBN for POS operators in Nigeria. And that's also caused a lot of, I won't say panic, but people were expressing their grievances about why as you would expect, this is a business opportunity for people that are playing in the field. For instance, a startup, what's the name, Nobase, that is into company incorporation, as a product for it, and rode on that to tell people, especially businesses, fintechs that have POS operators on their platforms, to help those businesses to register. But we went to the street at some point to ask the people that are doing this business to understand what they think about this new development. And it seems it is not generally welcomed, especially the fact that you have to pay for this business registration. Depending on who you ask.
Okay.
Depending on who you ask, this particular registration that is in 17,000 naira to about 25,000 naira.
Wow.
Now, POS businesses look like a lucrative business, depending on your location and how accessible you are to users, because of the charges you make from the people that come to use your service. But it's not everyone that can boast of having enough profit to put into this registration. And that is one of the issues that were raised, right?
So, or is it not for their own, can we say the registration is for their own benefit?
It's actually for the benefit of users.
First of all, you, in an ideal world,
mm-hmm.
you will not be running a business without
registering it.
So it's not about whether you're making enough money or whether you're not making enough money. Should you be registering your business?
Yeah.
Yes. Fortunately, it's also like just a one-time payment. I think you have to renew after or something like that. To be honest, it's not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money.
Yeah, if that's been calculated into capital, So I think the reason why emotions have come into this particular issue is POS business has come to become like a out for people who cannot do other businesses, or it has come as the easiest way to enter into a financial business, for instance. And because of the way agency banking has been embraced, and how fintechs have, and banks even have, like, it looks like it's not even looks like, it's a very, very profitable market, right? From reports we are getting from MoneyPoint and PamPay and OPay, they're not showing us, but
they're just showing us how much they're making.
Exactly, and the volume and the number of agents they have. If there's nothing in that market,
so okay, it's a large market.
Yeah,
we are yet to see how profitable.
I'm probably not going to tell you, except the IPO.
Exactly, margins are notoriously low, which is one. So if you go back maybe 4 or 5 years ago, price was a competitive advantage. If you could lower your commissions, you could get more agents. So naturally, that means your margins will be reduced. So I would not say it's a super profitable niche, because now you need like huge volumes for you to stay afloat, which could explain why some of them are moving away from it. But I think we should not be spending a lot of time talking about whether you should register your business, really. Yes, I understand where a lot of people are coming from. So here's the thing. I think it's a case of a good thing coming at a bad time. I don't think, first, to be fair, I actually don't think there's a wrong time to be introducing to require businesses to get registered.
Yeah.
But the problem is this is probably
maybe these people didn't consider themselves as a business.
what are you?
So,
Okay, so here's also the thing, and maybe we can't always blame people for this. If you are providing a service, I think we've had this conversation in a way when we're talking about the tax obligations that the federal government was trying to impose on creatives. See, if you provide the service, you are supposed to, like, you could register a sole proprietorship, and that's just you.
yeah.
That's one form. There are a few other categories you could register your business under. Doesn't make you any less a business than a Dangote, for example. The fact that you're doing maybe 500k in annual revenue doesn't make you any less of a business.
Yeah.
You're a business. So let's move on from that. If you don't have the money to register your business, I do not know. I mean, I can't help you, right? But if you don't have the money, maybe
You could.
you go borrow some money or
as part of your capital. So
yes.
I think going forward now, getting into POS business, for instance, you will know that this is part of my capital.
Yeah.
As it's
And I
the
think it's
ideal
important
thing.
for the security bit as well.
Yeah.
It should also be, I mean, if we can now track identities, of course, with a digital device, we could know who this is registered to. But if you can now track identities because, okay, you have registered a business, yes, then it's more helpful as well. So,
or in
I
your
don't know why
stall,
anybody is
if you
having an
put
issue with
it,
that.
as a user, if you get to a store, POS store, and you do not see like certificate of incorporation on the wall,
you can
don't
leave.
use them, you can leave, and that should kind of prove to you, to protect you as a user, that this person is registered. Even if they commit fraud, they can be apprehended, tracked. So, but yeah, this is both to protect the users and also the operators. And I'm hoping that if the deadline that has been given is not too short, I'm expecting as many people, as long as it is a business, as you mentioned, as long as you see it as a business, unlike some people that feel like, oh, I'm just going to abandon it. If they insist, I'm going to abandon it. Fine.
Maybe they have
other businesses.
But
if it's your sole business,
you soon start asking barbers, tailors, hairdressers,
if they have
to register. I don't know. Well,
who's asking them?
If you've come for POS.
Oh, okay.
Operators, that's
they might do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, as you mentioned, it's ideal for as long as you are rendering a service, you should have registered your business, right? Not until you are directed to do so and you have a deadline to do so, as the case is here. But yeah, we'll follow this story and see how it plays out and how people react to it.
To listen to the full episode of this podcast, visit podcast.techpoint.africa or search for Techpoint Africa Podcast on your favorite podcast platforms.